What's up everyone, Lion Roar here, and in today's video I'm going to be testing out my brand new Dvravapala to see if she lives up to the hype. But first, download Bloodline Heroes of Lithis, a mobile RPG action fighting game where you can marry your champions to create new and unique hybrids. Use the link in the description to start with some free stuff, including golden diamonds. And I'd be honored to have you join my server so you can play alongside me. Simply click on your profile, settings, then change your server to S462. See you hopefully soon. Alright, so if you watched my champion tier list video, you know that I was really high on the Dvravapala clan, so much so that, spoiler alert, I thought they could be one of the best, if not the best, warriors in the game, which is totally why I went for the companion. But we don't know how good it is until we test it out, because there is a lot programmed into these champions that's not available in the text on the ultimate and the passives, or even with the traits. You gotta really set the traits up to match what the champion does. So I did that the best that I possibly could based on what I think is going to be good for this champion, and we're gonna go test it out. There's also 13 vigor here. It's not like super high, but it's okay. I'm going to try and build a team around this Dvravapala and put it in position that it's relatively even across the board. Although I do have to say, since I got her up to 11 stars, she's not quite as strong as the other champions I'm going to be using. So do take note of that. Let's jump into the arena and test this out. Now I'm going to be looking for teams that are like similar in strength. So here's Rigger, and I'm sorry Rigger if you watch this video, we're in the same guild. We try not to hit each other. But I'm going to rearrange these heroes a little bit. I did build a roster for this in particular, and I want you to notice where I'm positioning things, and we can test this out to like move them around too. But I'm actually putting my Dvravapala in the back behind the female Fulgur, and there is a reason for that, because whenever there's a Dvravapala on the other side of the battlefield, I kind of want to line them up to control her. I'm going to put my Dvravapala in the middle slot with my Fulgur in the back, which I do have to be careful of when they have a Tide Storm on the other side. And then I'm just going to line my female Lionstone up in the front there too. Let's try this one out. Fulgur, or I'm sorry, Rigger doesn't have the Dvravapala over there, so we don't have this to test it out and control it. But let's see what happens. Okay, so the reason I put Dvravapala in the back was because of her ult being able to pull champions in. I want her to try and pull a champion into my Dvravapala. I don't know that we really got to see that there. Maybe I need to like slow it down. We can look at this and maybe replay it and see what happens here exactly. Okay. So even though I have Agile on this champion, she seems to attack really slowly. Now she's dead. She is weaker. Ultimately, I got the win, though. So there was that. Okay, let's try Sindo. Now, oh my gosh, Sindo. He's at 22 million. I can't beat him. But we'll see if he has a Dvravapala that I can... or I'm sorry. Let's see if he has a Dvravapala. Nope, there's no Dvravapala over there. All right. Well, maybe we can try to line up with Tide Storm then. So we'll go this way. Okay. Let's try this. Again, the attack looks really slow, and she died immediately. Now this is Sindo. He is one of the strongest on our server. And it does look like I'm going to win anyway, even though Sindo had more power. And let's see how much damage was dealt here. All right, Dvravapala's not dealing much damage. Again, we'll have to take a look at the stats. She's not quite as strong, so I wouldn't expect her to. Okay, let's try Gnosis. All right, and there is a Dvravapala over here. Let's try and line this up. I'm going to put my Goltang there. And... yeah, this setup looks pretty good. Okay. Alright, I'm watching that Dvravapala again. Ideally, okay, she's not really going after Dvravapala on the other side, but I'm trying to control that Dvravapala. We weren't able to prevent her blood pool. But Dvravapala did survive this one. Let's take a look at that damage stat. Again, minuscule. That was minuscule. But, you know, a lot of the value in her is going to be the crowd control that she does. I wasn't able to successfully control the Dvravapala, though, on the other side, even though I won. So, I mean, it's good to see that I'm still winning, but is that more because of my Dvravapala than Dvravapala? Probably. All right, let's go after Steffi. Again, I'm sorry. Well, you know what? Steffi's power is quite a bit lower. Let's try and find somebody closer. Steffi's also in my guild, and so is Sally Della Sol, DK. I gotta find people around like 17 to 18 million in power. Or I might just not find it. I might just have to go with whoever comes up. I don't want to keep hitting the same people. Here's Trabuco. This will be better. Okay, let's see who's on the other side. All right, I think I want to control their Lux, so I'm going to switch it up like this. And I'm going to move my Dvravapala to the middle. And let's see how this goes. All right, so she's supposed to pull a champion in now. Yep, and she did it that time. Did you see that? That was awesome. That was awesome. That's how this is supposed to work. Now let's take a look at the damage again. And you know, guys, she did more damage this time, which is great. But I think what I would have to do is get the vigor up. I'm looking at this, and most of my other champions here have like over 30 vigor, and Dvravapala only has 13. But not only that, I need to get the stars up too. So when I do that and I get their levels up, if she were at like 520, for example, I think she would be able to do a lot more damage. So I wouldn't necessarily say that she does less damage or I'm unimpressed with the damage. I'd kind of need to see her at around the same level. Let's watch a replay of this in slower motion to watch what she does. This was perfect. Her ultimate pulls the champion she grabs into my Dvravapala. Watch this. Right when my Dvravapala goes off and they're all bunched together there. And that lets my Dvravapala kill everybody. I think that's exactly what we're trying to do with this in particular. Okay, I'm going to build a new team, actually, to go after... let's not go after Rigor again. Let's go after Salida del Sol. So in this one, I'm going to choose perhaps this roster. This one's not quite as strong. It's got a weaker Lionstone. I might even want to replace... I might even want to replace my Doombringer female over there. But I'm not exactly sure what I would replace her with. Maybe it's fine that she's there. This is a different comp. Let's just go with this and see. Now, what I'm trying to do with this one is actually clump them up like over there on the left side. You can see that they have a Dvravapala over there too. So this is a good chance to potentially try and control her a little bit. So the Doombringer is going to fight with the Dvravapala at first. We're not going to get as much control unless we use the Gultang. So that's a strategy. And actually, you know, I kind of want to do that. Let's just see if we can make that strategy work. I just think that's a really good strategy. Gultang and Dvravapala together. So then over on the other side, we're going to have some more marksmen. We have another Gultang, and we have also Tidestorm Male. This team is not quite as strong as the other one. In fact, you can see my power is much weaker. But let's go with this and see what happens. I'm going to turn it on a little bit slower because I want to watch. Okay. Oh, shoot. That Dvravapala is running away. But here we go. Let's see if we can keep their Dvravapala from going off. It looks like she's going to go off, unfortunately. Well, maybe not. Look at this. She's being controlled. Oh, she went off. Okay. That's a bummer. Yeah. Oh, my Dvravapala lasted, though. Oh, come on. All right. It's down to Gultang and Dvala. Oh, man. All right. So I was the weaker team in that one. So it's not a surprise that I lost there. Let's see whenever it was more evenly matched how that went. Wow, look at that female Gultang. She's just an all-star. Anyway, yeah, Dvravapala, she did about as much damage as my Tidestorm male, and then also the male Gultang. So actually, I mean, female Gultang, this is just an example of how crazy, wild, and amazing she is. She's at about the same level as my male Tidestorm. Well, she's a little bit more. I leveled her up more, but she's at the same number of stars. But otherwise, the other heroes are pretty even there. And I thought that is a little bit better of an example of what Dvravapala does. So I'd have to say, I think that Dvravapala's good. I don't think she's as good as I was expecting her to be, quite honestly. I was expecting her to be unstoppable, but her attack looks really slow to me. Like, the other champions look like they're attacking quite rapidly, and that's something that's not obvious by the card. But you can see that strategy of putting female Gultang and Dvravapala together is a really significant way to control Dvala. And even though we weren't able to stop her completely, it's obvious that Dvala is stronger, that whole team was stronger. And so, unfortunately, we weren't able to win, but it was actually a lot closer than I expected. So I do think she has potential. I don't think she's necessarily a chase hero like Dvala was, who's clearly the best champion in the game right now. So if the Dvala event comes back, I think, yeah, everybody who doesn't have Dvala should probably be chasing her, or maybe folks should be going after multiples of her. So Dvravapala, I'm going to change my rating on her from the champion tier video. I speculated she could be an S with that ridiculous special, but she seems to just move so slow, and she actually seems to be a little bit fragile. That could just be because I haven't leveled her up far enough, but I'd like to see her last a little longer, if you will, and that's kind of why I've been trying to place her maybe in the back row or something behind Gultang, or maybe even Dvala, my own Dvala, to suck people into her blood pool. So that's some ways that you can use her. I think she's better than most of the champions still. I'm going to say that she's an A. I had said she had the potential to be an S in my champion tier video, but I would say she's more like an A right now. So let me know what you think. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I will catch you in the next one.